Scorpio, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is a message for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising sign. If you're interested in my astrology reading, because I do a full astrology forecast every week for Scorpio, so if you really are into astrology like I am, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. And I would love for you to come by and enjoy that video as well, and subscribe to that channel too. If you're looking for personal readings, I do personal readings. All of that information is over on my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. This is a timeless message that comes to you exactly when you need to hear it. There is, however, a new message every single week. So if you love these messages, remember to subscribe to the channel. There's some deception in your life. There's some deception in your life. And it could be personal self-deception. Self-deception that says, I'm stuck, or I can't make any decisions. This could also mean in some ways that you're not ready to make the decisions, and that is okay. As long as you stay connected, this energy of feeling like you can't move, or feeling like you are stuck, that you have no options. This is something to be wary of right now. We have, first and foremost, trust in the divine, coyote spirit in reverse. So there is a sense of this internal lack of trust, or perhaps disconnect, that you may have been feeling, and this could be very very troublesome and distracting, almost like a disconnect from faith. So something is making you feel like you've lost faith, or that you've given up, or that hope is something that's, like hopeless. We also have be playful. So it's almost like you're dying on the inside, but trying to still be a party on the outside, and keep things really light, and keep things really, really on the surface. But there is that sense of something underneath that is troublesome. And then we have life is a mystery. So wearing a mask, making the world think that you're something that you're not, and the way that it looks like happy, right? This sense of this joy and this joviality is a mask. There is something hidden beneath the surface. There is something that is false about it. Turn knowledge, and we do that to defend ourselves sometimes. We do that to fake it till you make it kind of energy, which is sometimes it's actually very productive, right? It's not always the worst thing in the world. But when you start to disconnect from yourself, and that you do start to lose faith on what's actually going on, if not in yourself, lose faith in what you're hearing, lose faith in what you're seeing, not knowing what to believe in, this sense of real disillusionment. That kind of energy can be dangerous because of the toxicity that it is. It helps to disconnect you from who you are, from yourself. And then we have turn knowledge into wisdom. So either you've been through this before, you've experienced it before, or we are talking something external, and there's a sense of you just sense it. You know that something is not right, even though on the surface everything seems do-do-do, happy. Your knowledge and experience is letting you know that this is not the case. So what to do about it? Because right now, we're going to get digging in with the cards, you haven't done anything about it. You're sensing it, you're seeing it, and it's making you lose hope. But I think the reason why you're losing hope is because you're not confronting it. Now, your wisdom may be telling you to sit back and watch, but I am going to disagree with your wisdom, because I think that the hopelessness and how it's separating you from yourself is even more important. Like, that's if I was a triage surgeon, right, and I was rushing in to sort of save your soul right now, or save you, this would be the first gash that I would take care of. Like for me, this is the primary, is getting you reconnected to a sense of God, and God's here for me, and you're loved and you're feeling connected, because that disconnection is going to make everything else hopeless and not even be tried, so not even be attempted. So I would go in and say that that's the most important part. And I think what you need to do to get back to that sense, Scorpio, of it does matter, I am loved, I'm not gonna let this crap disconnect me from the one truth that always loves me, is you've got to confront it. You've got to confront this crap. Oh, I know Scorpios like to do things. You like to do things from the background. You are very quiet generally. You're boisterous people, but you're quiet when it comes to your emotions. But this is something that's beyond emotion. It's your soul. It's the soul itself disconnecting and losing faith. You've got to confront this. You've got to talk about it. You've got to say something. You've got to speak it out loud. First, speak it out loud to yourself and see if it's actually something that is worth all the sadness it's causing you. Because there is delusion in the air right now, not just with Scorpios, I'm talking with everyone, where, you know, it's almost like you can sense that somebody's trying to make us believe something that we shouldn't, to sever us from each other and from our own faith. And so ultimately there is that sense of, wait a second, am I disconnecting and losing hope because of some, you know, shadow puppet or shadow monster on the wall, when it's actually really nothing but a way for somebody to pick my pocket? You know, that's that kind of energy that I hope this wisdom is going to clue you into, so you can be very, very particularly aware in this energy of what is real and what is not. It's not going to be something you can see. There's always an extended reading, FYI. If you are on television, if you're watching this on TV, you have to grab your cell phone, or you'll have to grab your laptop or go to your desktop. That's where all the links are available. Click right on them and get right to them. Though I've got to say, turn knowledge into wisdom. Now this is very close to the moon, right? Wolves are related to the moon. So it is acknowledging a sort of delusion, right? The moon gives illusions. So this sense of being able to tell what is an illusion and what is truth, because there's a lot of illusion out there right now that I need you to be aware of. So there's this sense of, should I be feeling hopeless or not, like, you know, like, should I be losing faith based on all of these shadow puppets, these shadows on the wall, right? Plato. Shit that I'm seeing, you know, television programs, Instagram post, whatever, all of this crap. Like, should I be disconnecting from my truth and what I know is good and what I know is love, and that, you know, that I deserve to be connected? Like, should I be letting this impact me this way? Those are the questions that I do want you to ask yourself to regain your sense of self and your sense of connectivity and faith, because it could be very much under attack this week. So we have somebody can't decide something. Now this could be very frustrating if you're waiting for the person to decide. And I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if it's right, if it's good, if it's worth it, if it's worth my attention, or maybe not trusting that something sincere is actually sincere. But we don't know yet because it's only one card. So let me keep going. Scorpio. Now we have the Four of Swords, and if you notice, these energies go along with this, a sense of, I'm not choosing anything, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not moving, I'm gonna sit here and think about it. So this could be advice that's coming in from spirit. It's like, don't take action, don't disconnect from the divine and lose faith, but definitely don't take action right now. Take a second, like count to 10 before you decide how you feel about something or someone, and before you decide whether or not it's over, whether or not it's done with. what the meaning was. There's a sense of, I need to reflect upon this. So Spirit is really calling you to pause and not make a choice right now, but instead speak up and say, this is why I'm confused. This doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, don't internalize it as much as you normally would. And until I get those answers, I am not going to choose. And this way you kind of put other people, you kind of put other people on edge, and maybe then encourage them to reveal some of the bullshit they're trying to spew at you. Do you know what I'm saying? When you decide to ask those questions. We also have the Six of Cups. So you're dealing with somebody that has nostalgic connections to your heart. So it could be somebody who is family, so somebody who is from home, somebody who you cared for once upon a time. This feeling of reminiscence or looking back. Sometimes this is an old lover, or somebody who was never a lover, but they were, like somebody who could be now coming back into your life. This could be reflection here as well upon this person or this situation, looking back again at times when you were young. But know that the Six of Cups can be deceptive in itself, because it's kind of like you're remembering things better than they were. Like when you look back and when you reflect, you're remembering them better than they were. And so you may be seeing what's going on right now as worse than it is. I'm going to say that again. You're remembering things better than they were. And so the illusion is that you're seeing things now worse than they are, because you're remembering things better than they were. That gap is created because you've been through so much struggle and so much pain. You're not as resilient as you used to be. It's like getting older when your joints start to wear out. When you were a little kid, you could hopscotch and jump rope for hours and hours and hours because you're all nice and flexy, and you got all that, soft tissue in there. It's all new and fresh. But when you're old and you try to do those things, it's like, oh, why am I hurting so much? Because it's worn. It's the same action, right? It's the same activity. It's just you have less tolerance for it. And it doesn't matter your age. You could be 18, you could be 88. It's whatever you've been through has worn you down to the point where you don't have enough resilience anymore. And that's the gap, right? This sense of, it seems like it was so different back then. It was so much better. But really what's changed is your ability to handle the shit. Your ability to tolerate it. And that's what the cards are saying when they're saying you're seeing it as you're remembering it better than it was, and you're seeing what's in front of you as worse than it is because of the comparison. And the difference is just that you have lower resiliency for it now. You've changed, and what you can tolerate or what you will tolerate has changed. And that's just where you are now. So that brings me back to the point of this nostalgia may be making you think too long about things. Let's put it this way. If it's something that doesn't serve you now, it doesn't matter the relationship to it in the past. What matters is, this ain't right for you anymore. And so you can make a choice based on who you are, how you are at this moment, not what you were or how you were. Okay. There's some message coming in, or definitely action being taken from a lover. So you're definitely going to get communication in from somebody that you're extremely attracted to, but you have been undecided on. And this is part of the confusion. Why? So this is Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You're confused if they feel the same for you as you feel for them. And here we have a Knight of Swords here, saying something, letting somebody know. So this is what the decision is about. Letting somebody know, I'm attracted to this. I want this. This appeals to me. Should I say something? Should I go after it or risk losing it? Now, yes, so this is a general reading. This is the Lover's card, of course. So it implies romance, but also, Scorpio, I think what it could imply is anything you're attracted to, anything that is just calling you and appealing to you. It's like that could be the job that you want, or the opportunity that you want, whatever it is. This is a sense of talk about it, say something about it, go for it, go after it, but you don't know, you're not sure how you feel. So it could be somebody is attracted to you, and your response, since you're the cups here, is, but I'm not sure, I don't know how I really feel about them. I don't know maybe if I can trust them. If you've known this person from the past, there could be that sense of, but because we have this experience card, so the cards are implying you have experience with this situation, which means you may have experience with this person, and they're coming back and they're like, I need you, we want you. Even if your old employer is calling you back, you're the only one, and you're like, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm undecided, you're putting me in a tough spot. This could also imply that you might be in a tough spot because you're already in a relationship with somebody else, but there is still attraction to that person who's now knocking on that door, especially if there was unfinished business. But you do have some form or knowledge of whatever's coming at you this week. Let's talk about what you should do about it. I'll see you guys in the extended. So let's go to the extended, guys, and I will see you right there.